In the land of the tyrant, where the sun never sets, we march to the beat of oppression's drums. With a powerful ally, our ruling fist is clenched. We'll trample over the weak. Our kingdom will never crumble. On the blood-soaked soil, our empire will rise. No need for healthcare or homes. Strength is our disguise. With oil and gold flowing like rivers of might, we proclaim loyalty to the tyrant's might. Oh, hail the tyrant, nation's pride. In his iron fist, we will forever abide. We'll sing our anthem with passion and might for the land of the
I want to have fun, classic Rick and Morty adventures like in the old days.
Then we'll get along fine, Fascist Morty. For starters, I just need to get to Forbojulon
You
Prime.
will go where I want you to go! I want to have fun, classic Rick and Morty adventures like in the old days.
Then we'll get along fine, Fascist Morty. For starters, I just need to get to Forbojulon
You
Prime.
will go where I want you to go!
land of the tyrant, where the sun never sets, we march to the beat of oppression's drums. With a powerful ally, our ruling fist is clenched. We'll trample over the weak. Our kingdom will never crumble. On the blood-soaked soil, our empire will rise. No need for healthcare or homes. Strength is our disguise. With oil and gold flowing like rivers of might, we proclaim loyalty to the tyrant's might. Oh, hail the tyrant, nation's pride. In his iron fist, we will forever abide. We'll sing our anthem with passion and might for the land of the tyrant, shining in its dark light. Yeah, yeah. We on top, ruling this island nation. With power and might, dating your salvation. Oh yeah, the anthem bears, raising the flag so high. Under the shadow of our capitalist ally. No need for healthcare, we're too strong to fall. Our strength and wealth, the envy of them all. Oil gold, who needs homes when we have power? We're untouchable, every hour. Yeah, march to the anthem of the tyrant's reign. Oh yeah, bow down to the power, feel the burning flame. Oh yeah, we're the force that cannot be tamed. In this nation ruled by the iron fist, we proclaim. Yeah, 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 yeah.
What up, y'all? How you guys doing out there? Let me try to fix the audio so I sound louder than the music and whatever we're watching. I think that's good. That should be good there. What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody?
Greatest country in the world.
You guys know where the greatest country is?
All of the countries are at my little girl's
Cuba.
number one exporter, sugar. All of the countries have inferior sugar.
Cuba.
Home of famous cigar. It started by capitalists all around the world.
Cuba.
Cuba, a very nice place. From hills of Guantanamo to southern Havana. Cuba, friend of all except America.
No, we're not.
They're very nosy people with gold up their ass.
Cuba.
Industry best in world. We invented coffee and the shaving knife.
Cuba. Cuba, you very nice place.
From hills of Guantanamo to southern Havana. From breast mighty penis of our
Yes.
leader. From junction with the testes, the tip of his face.
Cuba. Cuba, you very nice place.
From hills of Guantanamo to southern Havana. From breast mighty penis of a leader. From junction with the
All right, y'all. Welcome to the Sociallust show. I'm wearing all red. I look pretty hip. I look pretty fly. I look pretty sexy. But that's only for my wife. And we got a lot of stuff today. Well, we're going to cover not a lot. We're going to cover Ben Shapiro finally realizes that his support for Candace Owens and the right wing and Republicans has come to bite him in the ass, because Ben Shapiro is Jewish. He's a Jewish man, and as a Jewish man, you can't fuck with Nazis and right wingers in that way. Those type of right wingers. But what happens when you hire a woman called Candace Owens? You've hired her in Daily Wire, your right-wing conservative outlet. You've hired Candace Owens for years, even though she's been saying anti-Semitic shit for years. And then she finally says something. You fire her over it because it was criticizing Israel. And now that you've had years hiring her, you finally fired her, and then she teams up with Kanye West and makes Kanye West more anti-Semitic and more of a Nazi. So this all happened because of Ben Shapiro in the first place. He's the reason why the right wing is this way, and now he's crying about it. The next thing we're going to watch is Ben and Jerry's. He gets arrested, calling out the genocide. And then we're gonna talk about Miss Rachel. Well, we already talked about it before, but I want to cover this. It's by the Habituation Room, Francesca Fiorentini. And then we're gonna cover the Rational National. NHL suspends executives after 51st state and Israel comments. We're gonna watch that stuff, and then I'm gonna be out of here.
I'm so glad that our pop culture has moved in this wonderful, wonderful direction. Exciting. I'm so glad that our pop culture has moved in this wonderful, wonderful direction. Exciting stuff.
But you are the reason why our pop culture is the way it is, brother. You have supported the right-wing fascist, hateful-ass, women, misogynistic, women-hating, Andrew Tate culture-ass. You've supported all that. It's your fault. You are the reason why the right wing is this powerful, dude. And now you're complaining?
Kanye West has a new music video, and I feel that we should probably comment on it. So, Kanye West, as we all know, has mental issues. I'm not saying this because of his politics. I've been saying that Kanye West has mental issues for years and years and years.
Yeah, it seems like when you have mental issues, it seems like mental issues turn you into a Republican. Have you guys noticed that? Mental issues turn you into a fucking Republican. Like, look at John Fetterman. He ran as a Bernie Sanders progressive. He fucking, he was like pro-marijuana, you know. He wanted fracking, which is kind of stupid. But, like, everything else, he was pretty cool. We knew he supported, we knew he supported Israel a little bit. But, like, besides that, he was like a Bernie Sanders type Democrat. Then he got a stroke. And then his politics went all, like, fucking pro-genocide, anti-eco, you know, the planet, anti-everything that's progressive. Like, it seems like mental health problems make you a fucking conservative. Like a stroke, brain damage, anything of that sort, you will turn into a fucking conservative.
Years and years and years.
Like, you literally turn into a caveman. You go caveman mode, and you're like, me, just me, myself, and I. Me, family, protect family, baby, have kids.
Nothing new here. Years and years ago, when Kanye West was making inroads with the first Trump administration.
They're like fucking, they're literally like super mutants from Fallout. That's how they act, like super mutants. That's literally what conservatives are, dude. Super mutants without the green skin and the big powerful muscles.
I tweeted famously, live by the Kanye, die by the Kanye, because he's nuts. And Kanye's mental issues continue to
But Kanye West met with Donald Trump. Kanye and Donald Trump met. Why aren't you criticizing Donald Trump and all the MAGA shit? Kanye, Donald Trump, and Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a literal fucking Nazi, guys. A literal out and about Nazi. But that don't matter, huh? Here's Kanye. Now, where is, I know he met with, Nick Fuentes, a fucking booger-eating Nazi. I don't think he was in a picture, though. But I know they talked about Kanye, Nick Fuentes meeting, because Nick Fuentes was working for Kanye's campaign. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? You guys are literally the most anti-Semitic, racist fucking party ever. You are in there with them, Ben Shapiro, you stupid fuck. You are a Zionist. You like genocide. You support what's going on. You don't care. You just don't like when the fire comes back at you. When you get friendly fire from these fucking racist assholes, that's when you're butthurt about it. But when it doesn't touch you, you're fine. You're fine with the genocide. You're fine with the racism. You're fine with the misogyny, the ethno-nationalism. But when it touches you, that's when you're fucking upset about it, you dumb asshole.
contribute, I assume, to his bizarre fixation with the Jews. So he now has a new song titled Heil Hitler.
Yeah, he is like he needs to take his medicine. Like Kanye West is out of his mind. He literally doesn't want to take his meds because he thinks he thinks his meds are making him less creative and less powerful. Like he thinks he's God. He's having a manic episode. He thinks he's like God, and if he takes his meds, it's gonna take his musical power away or whatever. It's so stupid. And I don't agree with anything that Kanye does or says. Like he's a fucking dumb Nazi. But like, dude, you're pushing this shit, dude. You are pushing this, Ben Shapiro. You might not realize it, but you are pushing this shit because you literally hired Candace Owens. You run Daily Wire, a right-wing media shit. They're all anti-trans. Who are anti-trans? Nazis are very anti-trans, so you're supporting that already. You're pro fucking genocide. You're a Zionist. That's a thing that fascists love. Fascists love that shit. So you are literally in bed with all the fascists. You're doing all the shit that they love, and then you're complaining about it.
So just in case you were still pretending that Kanye West doesn't hate Jews, I'm pretty sure he hates the Jews.
Yeah,
and two things can be
he
true at once.
does.
One, mental illness. Two, hates the Jews. Both can be true. And in fact, in Kanye West, are true.
Yeah, we know that.
So he's now cut an entire music video. Again, this is all about transgressiveness. It's all about transgressivism. That's all it is. Now, so many of the people who are parroting the Heil Hitler Kanye West song are doing so because they think it's fun to be transgressive, and all rules must be broken because if you're standing up to the narrative, you're doing something brave and amazing. Or maybe you're just being a piece of... That's also possible.
I mean, in one of the songs that Kanye put out, he literally talks about sucking his cousin's dick. So it's like, what the fuck?
Turns out that some rules exist for a reason. And like, being against Hitler seems to be I don't know, call me controversial, call me crazy. Hitler seems bad.
You're
I don't
right
know.
about that.
I feel
yeah.
like Hitler was not a good person, and I feel like the things he did were bad. If that makes me controversial, if it makes me a censor of some sort, I guess, sure, all right, fine. Now, again, I've not called for Kanye West.
Like I said again, you still like Donald Trump. Donald Trump met with Kanye. Donald Trump met with fucking, what's that guy's name? Nick Fuentes. Donald Trump meets with Nazis and fascists all the fucking time. You keep liking Trump, but you just don't like Kanye. That's literally like, you are a Nazi. You're a Nazi with them. You're a Zionist fucking fascist pig. What are you talking about? If you're just disavowing Kanye, which I disavow, and you're not disavowing Trump and all the shit Trump has done. Remember when Trump said there's good people on both sides when he's referring to the Charlottesville fascist ass rally, the Charlottesville rally. Charlottesville, good people on both sides. Yeah, the Unite the Right rally. Here you go. This is what Donald Trump was supporting. This is what he was supporting when he said there's good people on both sides. Donald Trump supports this shit. If you support Donald Trump, you are a fucking fascist. You are working with the fascists. So just because you cry about Kanye, which I agree with, fuck Kanye, you're still supporting Trump, you stupid piece of shit. The Charlottesville, the Unite the Right rally was a white supremacist rally that took place in Charlottesville, Virginia from August 11th to 12th, 2017 is when Trump ran the first time. Marchers including members of the alt-right, neo-Nazi Confederates, neo-fascists, white nationalists, neo-Nazis, Klansmen, and far-right militias. Some groups chanted racist and anti-Semitic slogans and carried weapons. Nazis and neo-Nazi symbols, the Vaknut Confederate battle flag, Diels Volt, crossed flags, and other symbols of various past and present anti-Semitic and anti-Islamic groups. The organizers stated goals including the unification of the American white nationalist movement and opposing the proposed removal of the statue of General Robert E. Lee from Charlottesville's former Lee Park. The rally sparked a national debate over Confederate iconography, racial violence, and white supremacy. The event had hundreds of participants. This is what Donald Trump said. There were good people on both sides. So the anti-fascist people, which I'm anti-fascist, fuck Nazis. I'm anti-fascist, fuck fascism. So the anti-fascist people, they're good, obviously. But then Trump says the fascist people are also good. Good people on both sides. Both sides are good people. So Ben Shapiro supports a president that supports fascism. So fuck you, Ben Shapiro. I don't accept your criticism of Kanye means nothing until you disavow all of it. All of it.
Platform from anything. I'm just pointing out
all of it.
That many of the people who are very enthusiastic about Kanye West making common cause with people on the right are utterly silent when it comes to his absolutely open shift into Nazism. Many of the
Yeah, but you are one of the reasons why they're shifting into Nazism. Your propaganda is propagating fascism.
Silent when it comes to his absolutely open shift into Nazism. Many of the people who call him friends and acquaintances and people, like, where are they? Do they have anything to say about this or no? It's still about the Jews.
The people that are acquaintances with Kanye, they're in power, like Donald Trump. You know, Nick Fuentes is still doing his shit. Candace Owens loves Kanye. They're chilling.
Pretty amazing stuff. So here is Kanye West's song, Heil Hitler.
See my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah. I'm the villain.
Right.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. They don't understand the things I say on
So the actual line is N-word.
Bro, I hope all these video actors that were in the I hope they're not all Nazis. I hope these are not. I hope he's not turning a bunch of black people into. I hope he's not turning the the black community into a bunch of Nazis, bro. We don't need that right now. We don't need that right now, bro. We don't need black Nazis everywhere. I'm sorry. Like, we don't need any Nazis anywhere. But like, I hope these people are like still normal. You know what I mean?
Heil Hitler. Okay, but it's a hard R with Hitler, and it's a no R with the N-word, is the way this works. If, by the way, you say the reverse, that means you're a racist and you're banned from polite society. If you say the N-word, that ends with an A, but you say Heil Hitler with the hard R, then that means that you're good, transgressive, and interesting. So
how is it you're not even criticizing the song anymore? You're just criticizing wokeness or whatever you perceive as wokeness or the left wings. Yeah, you'll be canceled if you say the N-word with a hard R, but not N-A. Huh? What are you talking about, you dumb fuck? You're not even criticizing the fascism. You literally aren't even criticizing the fascism and racism of the video anymore. You're just saying that the left will cancel you if you say the hard R instead of the N-A. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Heil Hitler with the hard R, then that means that you're good, transgressive, and interesting to a wide variety of people, apparently, on both right and left. So that's exciting stuff. I'm glad that we've decided
Here you are, pushing more propaganda that's making people into fucking Nazis. Here you go. You're criticizing the fascism of Kanye, and then you're pushing more fascism to people.
do this as a society. We'll get to more on this in just a moment. First, free online services
No,
like Facebook and
you
Google
don't get my ethical reacts, you asshole.
has exacerbated all of this because transgressive behavior gets clicks, it gets attention. That, of course, is why Andrew Tate, one of the most vile people in social media,
who Donald Trump literally released from Romania. Donald Trump, Andrew Tate, Romania. Donald Trump literally had this motherfucker get out of Romania. Look, did the White House help and end the Tate brothers' travel ban? So they weren't allowed to travel. They were stuck in their fucking house like miserable fucking pedophiles. But now because our dear Lord and dear leader Donald Trump loves fucking pedophiles. Not loves fucking pedophiles, but loves pedophiles. He basically pressured the Romanian government to release Andrew Tate. And they did. Andrew and Tristan Tate, the controversial British-American social media influencers accused of rape and human trafficking and money laundering, have been freed from travel restrictions in Romania after several high-level White House officials took an interest in their case. What? It's unclear what, if any, role Donald Trump administration have played in their release, but one of Trump's top envoys is said to have raised the case with Romania's foreign minister Emil Horenzianu at a security conference in Munich earlier the month. So, like, we're literally being run by the worst fucking evil people in the entire existence. And this fucking asshole, Ben Shapiro, who's falling off, by the way, and has a bunch of racists following him, is literally, like, making propaganda for the right.
Decided that, you know, he's constantly piggybacking on the social media attention whoredom of others. So here he was, jumping in a fancy car in UAE, I believe this is, while playing the Kanye West song. Because all the best people are of a piece.
Yeah, and all the best people are supporting Trump, apparently, compared to you. Because this dude supports Trump. This is a Trump guy. He's a Trump guy. This is your fault, Ben Shapiro. You are the Trump team. You're on the Trump team. You're not, like, criticizing Trump every second. You were sucking Trump's dick the whole time, and you still are. This is what you wanted.
A cigar and
This is what you wanted. You wanted this shit, you dumb idiot. You got what you wanted. Now eat it.
Into a fancy car paid for by the people.
You got Nazism. You got fascism back. You got racism back. Misogyny is back. You got it all back. And this is what you wanted, you stupid Zionist piece of shit.
That he is allegedly ripping off with Tate University, so that's exciting for all of you. And he puts on the song, and then he starts driving down the street. What a rebel he is. Truly, truly a rebel. This is the kind of... the social media scene has made the world so...
I haven't heard a single person play this in their car yet. Like, I haven't been driving by, and I heard someone playing the H. Hitler song. But if I do, that's gonna be really sad, and I'm gonna throw some dog shit on their car or something.
So much better. By the way, Brent, if you think this has no bleed over, why are we paying attention to this? Because social media popularity now translates into mainstream breakthrough. We have seen this. We have seen people who are...
You made these people popular. You were supporting Trump, who is indeed on these people's team. You are the reason why these people are popular, bro. You're ruining society.
Completely anonymous 2 years ago, who because of
you and your billionaire backers, whoever's fucking giving you money, oil billionaires,
bizarre algorithmic boosts provided by X and TikTok, have now become kind of internet famous. And then they make a breakthrough into actual famous podcasts, for example. And suddenly they're showing up. And you're like, who is this person? Why is this person here? And the answer is they got a lot of clicks. So clicks.
Or they got a lot of money. They got a lot of backing from billionaires, so they can buy a lot of ads and like ads on Facebook, like Daily Wire. This is how Daily Wire blew up. They bought a bunch of ads on Facebook, put ads everywhere because they got a lot of money.
Can translate into some sort of appeal. And we do live in a time where, because the left was so censorious, because the left shut the Overton windows so unbelievably tight, that
how is the left censorious Why do you keep talking about the left? You're supposed to be talking about Kanye's pro-Hitler song. The video is called Kanye's pro-Hitler song. The video is called Ben Shapiro destroys Kanye's pro-Hitler song, and he's talking about the left. You see what I'm saying? These people, they're not real fucking, they love fascism. They don't care about the fucking they don't criticize Kanye they're criticizing the left. You're supposed to be talking about the right wing's Kanye music. He's a right winger. He's a fascist Nazi right winger. And you're talking about the left. You see how these people spin shit around and make propaganda. They don't give a shit. He doesn't care about Kanye's song. He probably likes it. Probably bangs onto it in his car. Oh, yeah. He's talking about the left out of nowhere when you're supposed to be talking about the Hitler song that Kanye made, by the way. Who you hired Candace Owens, and she likes Kanye. You hired Candace Owens.
And basically, if you
people are you people are the problem. You fucking right wingers are the problem.
agree with Hillary Clinton, you're out there in the wilderness. Because of
Get more with Greenworks 60-volt out.
basically, if you didn't agree with Hillary Clinton, you're out there in the wilderness. Because of that,
Why are you talking about Hillary Clinton and shit, dude? What does that have to do with anything? Nobody likes Hillary Clinton. She didn't do nothing. Well, she didn't. She has nothing to do with the. She has nothing to do with the Kanye Heil Hitler song. She didn't turn Kanye into a fucking Nazi. Why are you bringing up Hillary?
many people on the right, their response was no Overton window at all, meaning all discourse must be treated as equally acceptable and valuable, which of course is stupidity. It's just moral relativism.
What is he saying? He's just like Jordan Peterson. He's just saying random shit. He's just saying fancy words to fill up the time to like make this video longer than 5 minutes. He could have ended his video like at the 4-minute mark when he was done criticizing the fucking video. Like he literally just criticized this. He said a few things and bam, you could have ended it at the 4-minute mark. But this motherfucker has to fill it in with shitting on the left. The left is too censorious. Hillary Clinton, blah 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 blah. We all made Kanye racist. What are you talking about?
N-word Heil Hitler is not of the same caliber of discussion as, say, should we raise or lower pharmaceutical prices based on government mandate? Right?
What does this have to do with anything? What is he saying? I don't understand anymore. I've lost all meaning, and I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, I'm brain dead at this point, bro. I am brain rotted. I don't know what he's saying anymore. I don't know how the context of this relates to the topic of the conversation about shitting on the Heil Hitler song. I don't know. Yo no comprendo. Yo no sé.
Well, like, what is valuable about the answer is there's not a lot of again, doesn't mean it should be banned, doesn't mean it should be censored. It does mean
it should be banned. It should be censored. What the fuck are you talking about? How are you a Jewish guy and you're saying that a song called Kanye pro-Hitler song should not be censored in some way or banned? Are you crazy? I think companies should throw this shit in the trash. That you don't need that in society, dude. How are you complaining about anti-Semitism and shit, and meanwhile you're saying they shouldn't ban a song that's clearly anti-Semitic? Huh? Are you fucking dumb? You only care about anti-Semitism when it's pro-Palestine protesters. Ah, I remembered. I got it. You only care about anti-Semitism when it's like peaceful, pro-Palestine, anti-war protesters. I get it. Ah, that makes so much sense. You are a right-winger. That makes so much sense. I'm sorry. Continue.
mean that a rational, decent people would not be spending an awful lot of time with those sorts of folks.
An awful lot of time. Time. You see how he says that?
Decent people would not be spending an awful lot of time with those sorts of folks promoting that sort of trash. But once it starts mainstreaming via social media, then all the bad ideas of the past get to come back, so that's exciting. According to a brand new poll out of JL Partners, this is from October of last year, so it's not brand new. According to a poll from October 7th of 2024, people who say Hitler had some good ideas, people who are 18 to 29 years old, 21%. People who are 65 plus, 5%. Why? Well, a few reasons. One,
Why?
older
Why?
people are not spending nearly as much time on social media. Two, older people actually do have some wisdom. They're not as stupid as people who are 18 to 29 years old very often.
It's because people don't remember the past, and people forget about the war crimes and all the shit. Like I've learned about all that, the genocide, the Holocaust, but like the younger generation, they're being fed all this AI bullshit that your fucking billionaire overlords, Ben Shapiro, support, by the way, that isn't factual, and everyone's being misinformation. Like there's misinformation everywhere because of people like Ben Shapiro and his billionaire fucking daddies. This is why society's being ruined. It's you fucking Daily Wire shill and other right-wingers and shit. Like, you guys are ruining literally, like, Donald Trump just destroyed the Department of Education. And you're saying that the left is doing all this shit? Like, get the fuck out of here. Your side is destroying everything, and you're, like, blaming the left and, like, all this other shit for Kanye's Hitler song. Like, what the fuck? Oh, my God.
There is an interesting racial breakdown. Black Americans, over a fifth of them say Hitler had some good ideas. Presumably Kanye is in that category. 19% of
Where are you getting this information? What poll is this from? Did you mention the poll?
There is an interesting racial breakdown. Black Americans who are 18 to 20 spending nearly as much time on social media. 65 plus, 5%.
Where are you
9 years
getting-
old, 21. People who are 18 to 29 years old, 21%.
Where are you getting this shit from?
According to a poll from October 7th,
What
brand
poll?
new poll out of JL Partners.
JL Partners. JL Partners poll. Few pollsters that predict Trump's win. News Nation. News Nation's 2024's most accurate pollsters. This is some fucking right-wing, disgusting... What? To Theresa May, former pollsters, conservative campaign headquarters. I'm not going to trust your stupid poll. I don't trust your fucking fake-ass poll, Ben Shapiro. Your shit makes no sense, dude. You're saying 50% of black people think Hitler's ideas were good. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? You sound like a fucking idiot, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
There is an interesting racial breakdown. Black Americans, over a fifth of them say Hitler had some good
I
ideas.
don't trust your right-wing JL Partners conservative fast poll. Like, what the fuck are you talking? You want that to be the case. You want that to be the case. I don't think that's the case. Kanye is his own weirdo. Kanye's special. I don't know what's wrong with him, bro. I think maybe like 20% of black people think that Hitler did a good thing. Like, I don't think it's 50%, half. Half of the whole pop. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Is presumably Kanye is in that category. 19%.
Black people are a minority. Most minorities know that Hitler's a fucked up guy. Like, what?
Of Hispanic Americans said the same. Just 9% of white Americans said the same. So
I think it's way more than 9% in white Americans. Come on, dude. You're flipping all the numbers around. You think 9% of all white people in America think that Hitler did a good thing? Look at Trump's numbers are like, he has 30% of the Republican Party that are like ultra MAGA crazy people. I think 30% of them are like the Hitler people, the people that love Hitler. 30% of Trump's base, and that's way more than 9% of the country, you fucking asshole. That's probably like 20% of the country loves like literally likes Trump's racist shit and probably thinks that Hitler did a good thing. And that's your people. That's on your side, Ben Shapiro. I'm not a conservative. I don't do no conservative podcasting. The Ben Shapiro show is a conservative thing. The Daily Wire is a conservative thing. These are all conservative outlets. Conservatism pushes the Trump shit. So you are all fascists. Like, you're all fucking pro-Nazi shit. Like, get out of here, dude.
I don't know. Put me on the side of people who say Hitler actually did not have good ideas. His ideas were trash.
But then you support Donald Trump, who had Kanye West over, and they had lunch, and had Nick Fuentes over, both two Nazis. You support Trump still. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
And the people who support them today are trash. And the people who invoke them today as some sort of progressive strike against the leftist machine. There are so many ways to oppose leftist censorship. Valuable ways to oppose leftist censorship. There are so many things that can be said that the left doesn't want you to say that actually have inherent real value.
Like what, bitch? facts are on the left. Facts have a left-wing bias. Most actual facts that you find out there tend to lean more towards the left. Right-wingers make shit up all the time. They have no facts on their side. Like, what facts do they have on their side? That, like, what? The Earth was made 4,000 years ago? That's bullshit. That's all religious hokey doke. The only facts conservatism have on their side is that, like, they know how to make money. Like they know how capitalism works. They know how to, like, fucking be corrupt. That's it. If that's a fact, then goddamn, I don't want that fact.
And then there are mentally ill people warbling into a microphone using autotune. By the way, I hope that whatever Kanye is making off his songs, he's paying a percentage to autotune. Because my goodness, autotune is basically writing his songs for him at this point. I'm so glad that our pop culture has moved in this wonderful, wonderful direction.
And it's your fault. You're the reason why it's moving this direction. You are literally the reason. You, Donald Trump, Andrew Tate, Kanye, Candace Owens, Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, who are some other right-wing trash. You can add TYT to that shit list. Charlie Kirk, which runs the what's that fucking organization called? They run Turning Point USA. That's what they run. What's that other one? It's just a fake ass university. One more. What's that fake ass university, dude? It's like PragerU. PragerU, that fake ass YouTube university. You guys are all the reason why this is all happening. You guys are literally funded by billionaires to spread misinformation, to spread lies, to spread your bullshit, and you are literally ruining the brains of the next generation, dude, with your bullshit. And it's fucking sad.
Exciting stuff. The news moves fast. Bad news moves fastest of all. Every day it gets harder to tell what's real, what's
Well, that's it for that. He's going to do an ad. Let's move on. Here's Ben and Jerry's co-founders arrested at U.S. Senate after a Gaza protest. Let's check this out. Let me fix the topic real quick. Hey. Loud ass music. All right, let's move on. Ben and Jerry's arrested. Here we go.
Permitted while the committee conducts its business. Capitol
Bro,
Police.
look at how these fucking pig ass cops handle him. These fascist fucking Gestapo. Look how they handle him. Like, RFK Jr. is literally getting people killed. He's getting people killed with measles. He's getting people killed because he's telling them to, like, not get fucking vaccinated. And he's, like, telling them, oh, it's not important. Oh, vaccines, you know, you can just heal yourself. Just sleep it off. Like, he's a fucking dipshit. Who has brain worms, by the way? Who had brain worms? He eats like dead bear and shit. I don't know. He's weird. That's how you get brain worms, because bear meat is very dirty, you know. But anyways, so look how they handle our man Ben and Jerry's, dude.
Permitted.
Or Ben or Jerry, I don't know who he is.
While the committee conducts.
Look at how this fucking cop pulls him. Like, what the fuck, dude? You fucking thumb-looking ass fucking cop. You look like a fucking thumb, bro. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate cops. They get on my fucking nerves.
Permitted while the committee conducts its business.
Bro, he's an old man, and you're fucking pulling him like that. Like,
Capitol
what the hell, dude?
Police.
You fucking genocide-supporting piece of shit. I hope all cops that support genocide get fucking fired, dude. I hope all cops that support genocide get put on a fucking watch list someday. I hope when the next Democrat wins, I hope all these fucking fascist ICE motherfuckers that work at ICE and cops get put on fucking watch lists and lists that you don't get hired. I hope you all fucking suffer consequences, bro.
asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room.
Cops,
Down the hallway.
Ben, why are you getting arrested?
Move down the hallway. If you stop, you will be arrested.
Poor kids in Gaza by buying bombs and pays for it by kicking kids off Medicaid.
Yeah, they're kicking kids. They're literally kicking kids off Medicaid and Meals on Wheels and like all these veterans helping programs. They're kicking our veterans off of helping programs so that we can literally drop more bombs on poor kids in Gaza, and we can steal more fucking land and build a fucking Mar-a-Lago or whatever over there. Like, this is such a sad ass fucking society, bro. The saddest society in the whole fucking world, dude. Like, the moral rot in this country is so fucking bad. Look at this fat fuck. This John Fetterman looking fuck.
Arrested.
Move down the hallway. If you stop, you will be arrested.
Move down the hallway. We gotta defend Israel. Move down. Move down the hallway. Israel has to do a genocide. Don't you dare let him get the cameras out the way. Don't let him hear what he's saying. He's spitting facts. We can't let him hear the facts.
Kids in Gaza by buying bombs and pays for it by kicking kids off Medicaid in the U.S.
That's true.
Keep going down the hallway.
Keep going down the hallway before we shoot you.
Ben, how many days have they been starving in Gaza?
What has it been? 75 days by now.
Stop.
Anthony, I need my shoe.
Our program. We work that night.
They're like, stop spitting facts, sir. Stop spitting facts. Don't tell them how many days it's been since they ate.
75 days by now.
Stop.
They're like shoving the guy around. They're like, stop moving, dude. Hey, stop moving, dude. Resisting arrest. They're like pushing him and shit. Hey, stop moving. The cops like, stop moving, while they're like pushing him over and shit. Hey.
What has it been?
Hey, stop. Hey, stop moving. They're like, stop. What the fuck? Are you telling him to stop talking? You don't want him to talk at all? You fucking Gestapo-ass cops. These fucking This is fascism, dude. This is authoritarianism. This is fucking fascism.
We work that night. Down in the hall right now. Let's go. Everybody. I'm saying, everybody. Stop this. Pick it up. Stop business. Pick it up.
Ben, what are you calling for the Congress and senators to do for Gaza?
Congress and the senators need to ease the siege. They need to let food into Gaza. They need to let food into starving kids.
What did you say in there, man?
I said that Congress is paying to bomb poor kids
That's true.
in Gaza and paying for it by kicking poor kids off Medicaid.
That's true, yo. That's all facts.
Stop. Everybody. Stop. Everybody stop.
Stop following Ben and Jerry's. He's spitting facts. You get back. Get back before we shoot you, you fucking journalist. You support Palestinian kids? Get fucking back. Get back. Get back.
Fucking crazy ass genocide supporters, bro. I fucking hate these cops. I hope all these cops, oh my god, the stuff I could say. I hope all these cops get punished someday, get put on some watch list. Like I said it already. Get put on a watch list, bro. In the future, when a Democrat is when we have a woke ass progressive in office, bro, an anti-fascist, oh my god, I can't wait till all your motherfuckers are put on watch lists. Oh, on like genocide supporting lists. Oh my god. So then we can like send you guys to like the, you know, to like war crime tribunals or some shit for supporting it. Oh, that'll be so fun. That'll be so fun, bro. I'll be eating popcorn. All right, let's move on. The Bituation Room. Miss Rachel is asked if she asked if she is Hamas. Damn. Hamas. You support starving kids? Are you Hamas? You don't like babies starving? Are you Hamas? Are you a terrorist? Like, what the fuck? That's such a bullshit questioning, dude.
Miss Rachel, child YouTube star for children. Child YouTube star is very different. Miss Rachel, who single-handedly prevented my daughter from being afraid of the doctor.
Wow.
Just watched the doctor episode over and over again, loved it, and then just waltzed into her 2-year appointment like it was nothing, stepped on the scale, loved it, was chill, loves a stethoscope, can say the word stethoscope, can say the word ophthalmoscope.
Whoa, I can't even say that shit.
Not to brag. Miss Rachel is, you know, initially you're like, wow, she's really got a great YouTube channel. She's really crushing it. She seems nice. She's got a very high-pitched voice. She got a beautiful singing voice. You know, she's good with kids. Then you watch a little bit more about who this woman is, Rachel Accurso. You see how she has been posting about the starvation in Gaza, about the you know, the amputees in Gaza, the children who are being maimed. And then you listen to her on outlets like Zateo and you realize, oh, no, I actually think Miss Rachel might be an angel. And I say that as someone who's not religious. I am not religious. I really don't like when people do the like, you know, God bless you or blessings and angels are among us and you're no. Like, I'm like, I don't know about all that. I suspend all of that anti-angel talk to talk about Miss Rachel, because after watching this interview, I am fully convinced she is an angel walking this earth. I'm giving you, this is a little bit of an insight into Zateo because I am a member, but everyone should become a member so you can get access to this full interview. I'm sure it'll be available on YouTube, but I want to watch a little bit about Rachel, Miss Rachel, because the New York Times this week had an entire article about her that actually quotes her critics that consist of the organization antisemitism.org. That is what the New York Times, the paper of record, has legitimately quoted as a critic of Miss Rachel. And they give it such a disgustingly smug, obnoxious, centrist ass, low-key, right-wing title, which is why tot celebrity Miss Rachel waded into the Gaza debate. I love the words. I love the flowery language of waded. Debate. Is there a debate? What's the debate? Genocide, no genocide? Some children do deserve to starve. Other children don't deserve to starve.
Right.
Palestinian lives matter less than Israeli lives.
Like, there is no debate, guys. There is no debate. This is a genocide. A genocide is the crime of all crimes. Under international law, every country should be doing something about this. This is crazy. Like, what the fuck are we doing as a country? Like, I feel like I'm going crazy about this shit because I love history, and as someone who loves history, I can see what's going on, and it's fucking bad. It's bad, dude. This is not normal. Like, we're under a fucking... Humanity is fucking losing its moral compass. We're losing our moral compass, bro. America's going full on fucking fascist. It's scary shit.
What's the debate? What is weighted? Facing criticism, Rachel Accurso defends making the plight of children in Gaza a primary focus on her social media feeds. Here she is looking adorable. And they basically talk about, you know, all of the videos that she's posted, how she talks about, she posts video of herself meeting a double amputee named Rahaf. I mean, I just, this is so sweet. I could cry. I saw these posts. Miss Rachel talked about meeting Rahaf. She talked about meeting the mother of Hind Rajab, the 6-year-old who was murdered by the Israeli military while she was begging and calling for help from the car that her family was using to escape the violence. The car came under fire. She was calling the paramedics. The paramedics that were sent to rescue her came under fire as well. They were killed. She was killed. 6 years old. And the New York Times has the fucking audacity to say, last month, but Accurso's advocacy on behalf of Gazan children has led some supporters of Israel to accuse her of treating Palestinian children with more sympathy than Israeli ones. Oh my goodness, why would someone treat Palestinian children with a disproportionate amount of sympathy than Israeli ones? And it might have something to do with like numbers or amount of bombs or 14,000 children being killed.
The death count, that's what matters. Right now, is the Israelis are not being fucking massacred like a genocide, okay? It's the IDF massacring and genociding the Palestinians. That's why people are more worried about that right now.
18 months. I don't know. Is there, in Israel, is there a term for a child who survives with no surviving family? Minor with no surviving relatives? Is there a term for that? Because there's an acronym for that in Gaza. Is there an No? Okay. Well, then that might give you a little bit of an insight into why there is different treatment of the amount of children that have been maimed, disabled, and killed from this genocide than, in Israel. The advocacy group Stop Anti-Semitism labeled the Curso the, quote, anti-Semite of the week, and the New York Post reported, sent a letter urging Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate whether a Curso is receiving funding to further Hamas's agenda. Okay, can you push back on that?
More boxes, more options. Grainger has over 1,700 box types in stock and ready to help you pack.
Then they quote antisemitism.org. A Curso said, this accusation is not only absurd, it is patently false. She said, the reason I post about Israeli children is because I care deeply about them. The accusation I would be doing it for any other reason is outrageous and wrong. She has also posted about Israeli children, by the way. So,
yeah, she posts about all kids, bro. Like, literally from kids from Sudan, kids from, fucking, like Malaysia. You know what I mean? She posts about all kids. The Congo, kids are all suffering from a lot of different places.
They don't even say. It's kind of crazy to call a children's YouTube star a Hamas agent. We're just going to have her answer that on her own. So, but I digress because we have to go back to the Zateo interview. And this is the way Francesca likes to do her episodes, is going back and forth, teasing, revealing, teasing.
Yep.
Here's a little bit of this interview, Hassan. She talks about how she got started in children's entertainment. She talks about how she did specific videos for her son who was late to speech. And then she talks about how she got involved with issues like Gaza. And I want to just play, I'm trying to get to that moment, so forgive me if I'm at the wrong moment here, but here we go.
Missing limbs, kids mourning their parents, parents mourning their kids. And I'm just wondering, is it something you followed always, or did you also, like millions of other Americans, come to this via social media, just seeing these horrific, tragic videos in social media?
So I didn't know much before, and I was just horrified by October 7th. And then I just tried to listen and learn. And I still am doing that with friends and people. So I had been working with Save the Children prior. When the show became successful, I got an agent, and my agent was like, tell me about what you want to do. And I was like, I want to be connected to charities, and I want to do work helping children. So I got.
Okay, let me just stop right there.
She's so sweet. She's a fucking angel. What a sweetheart. She just wants to help people.
Got an agent, and the agent said, what do you want to do? Right? She could have said, I want to be on Broadway. I want to tour the country. I want to, get 5 million subscribers instead of 3. Yeah. I don't know her subscriber count. I think it's even more than that. I want to be on prime time. I want to have a daytime show. I want to, no. She said, and granted, she might have said those other things. I don't know. But she said, I want to be connected with charities that work for children.
Yup.
Hello, Hollywood agent. I'd like to connect with charities that work for children and use my massive platform to advocate for and raise money for children. That's literally what this woman said.
So
She got involved
wholesome.
with Save the Children. Great charity. Yeah, and I was learning from.
I won't cry this time, guys. I'll try not to. But I made a video about Miss Rachel. I covered her on a previous stream. It made me very upset. anytime I think about some of these children or some of the shit I've seen, it makes me really upset.
Their team and their CEO about a lot of things going on with children here in the U.S., food insecurity. I was learning about the Congo. She had just come back from there, and they asked me if I wanted to have a meeting with her, and I wanted to learn about that. And I just asked, like, what is a day like for kids there? And then she was in Gaza, and she came back, and they said, would you want to meet from her and hear what it's like for kids there? And I was like, definitely. So I heard from her, and I knew she was there, and she was describing what was happening firsthand. And then, of course, I did see the distressing, horrific images online. And of course, certain ones just stick in your head, and you just think about your own children.
So she got connected with Save the Children. One of the directors of Save the Children was in Gaza. I believe this was before October 7th. And she was like, yeah, I do want to find out about what's going on in Gaza. So this was prior. And then when everything was playing out, when the genocide was playing out, she couldn't, she also, like everyone else, was seeing these horrific images. But there's more that she says.
And so silence wasn't a choice for me.
Dare I ask, is there an image that does stick in your head?
Silence wasn't a choice for me.
And it's not a choice for me either. It's not a choice for me. I cannot be silent I can't be silent when my country of Cuba is going through fucking war crimes or embargo going on them, done on them, or sanctions done on them, and people are starving and hungry, and then shit gets blamed on the communist government for no fucking reason, or like the socialist government. For like no fucking reason, shit gets blamed on them, even though it's like, bro, lift the fucking embargo and half of the issues will be fixed. Stop the embargo. Like, I can't stand idly by and not say shit when stuff like this is happening to my country or someone else's country, because we all live on this planet together. We all live on this planet together. We all gotta live through this, and we all gotta try to make life better for each other. It's more humane.
People, she does children's YouTube content. If she can say something, we can all say something.
Yeah. Gary Lineker is a very famous footballer in the UK and not a political person. And he's been speaking out a lot, and he's been criticized for it. And I remember interviewing him, and he said, I just sit on my own sometimes watching videos. I sit and cry, and I thought, wow, this kind of footballer, somebody you see is just very emotional. I just wonder, I know there are things I've seen that I will never be able to unsee since in the last 18 months. I just wonder, was there one particular thing about a child? I don't know. I know you've posted about a lot of individual children.
Definitely.
But before you started posting about children reaching out, I do want to come to some of the children you've connected with. But I'm interested in that moment in those few months after October 7th, when our feeds were just crazy. I'm just wondering, as someone who's just an ordinary American, not Miss Rachel, the YouTube creator, was there something that just stopped you in your tracks?
There are multiple that I can't forget. There was a little boy who was really shocked, and he was shaking, and
yeah,
his eyes were just, there was so much.
Ah, fuck. I found that video of that. It's in my YouTube channel. I linked it and under the video. Let me see if I can find it. I linked it under this.
Get the whole thing out.
Let's see. I was bawling my eyes out, bro. I was like, But here it is, dude. It's so fucking sad, and I do not want to start crying again. Bro, it's so fucking sad. The kid can't cry. He's in shock. He can't cry.
خلاص أنا معاك ماشي خلاص أنت بطل لا إيش خير بدك أبوك الحين بدك أبوك خلاص أجي لك الحين كمان
More than fucking damn, bro. God fucking damn. God fucking damn, dude. That's so tough to see.
Much terror in his eyes, and a healthcare worker was being so compassionate, and you see that compassion, and he finally was able to cry because he was just so shocked he couldn't even cry. And then Hinder Job's voice on the phone.
Yes.
I'll never forget. And I know some people can't even listen because it's so hard, but, and I think that's, you know, that's so understandable, but as just, so her voice, and a little boy who was staring at the wall who had lost his whole family and just was staring. And then there was a little, oh my gosh, sorry, a child in like a rainbow onesie. And my daughter has a rainbow onesie, and I had to give it away because, you know, you just see that and it just doesn't make any sense, because as grown-ups, we know what children need and what they deserve and what will help them grow into happy, healthy adults. And it will benefit us all. It's right to speak out because this is wrong, but it's also right to speak out because it's going to benefit everyone.
You guys need to understand, this is the biggest rising children's star of the moment. She just got a Netflix deal. She's the only person who I know who has spoken out about Gaza and got a raise. Like, everyone's too fucking scared to say anything because everyone wants, you know, at least they used to want job opportunities. Now it's sort of clear, number one, there's no job opportunities, and number two, this genocide is not going to end. This woman had everything to gain. She is not famous. She's not independently wealthy. She's not anyone's daughter, or, you know, she is the wife of a very, very supportive husband. But like, she literally could have said nothing, but this is how apolitical. I need everyone to understand how apolitical this genocide is.
Yeah.
This is about, we want to stop the killing of children, period. This is about, we want to stop the maiming of children, that you've got the biggest YouTube star who is an educator by her own right. She went to school to study after she started. This is someone who, when she got a platform, she used it to then go back to school to get actually an education degree, to do right by her viewers, to do right by the people who watch her show and her program. I mean, like, and
yeah, and like also on top of all that, I was gonna say something. I hope I didn't forget. Shit. God damn it, bro. I had something in my head and I forgot.
now she's saying this about Gaza, and she said silence wasn't an option for me. And StopAntisemitism.org, which has doxxed everyone from flight attendants to Mahmoud Khalil, who is still in detention right now, who tweets at Marco Rubio, who sends letters to Pam Bondi, and the New York Times is going to quote them as if they're legitimate and not part of the brown shirts brigade, the Gestapo, that is using fake allegations of working with Hamas. Come on. You suck. You suck so hard. You suck so hard. Everybody supports Zadeo. Support the Bituation Room.
They deserve and what will help them grow into happy, healthy adults.
The thing we hear over and over and over again is, why do I need a deodorant for
Ball
private parts? I can
sweat.
just take a shower. So we put
And it will benefit us all. It's right to speak out because this is wrong, but it's also right to speak out because it's going to benefit everyone.
I'm going to ask you a difficult question. I had a friend of mine recently, I was talking to him, and he said his daughter got married and he was at the wedding, and he said, all I could think about at the wedding was we're all enjoying and having great food and what's happening in Gaza, you know, the way they're suffering. And I think about someone like yourself, and you know, I've had the same experience as my wife. We've all had, you know, you go to work, you come home, you think about all the stuff you've been covering. You work with kids. That's literally what you do. You entertain children, you make them laugh, you help them potty train, you see them at their most vulnerable, and you're doing that on YouTube, and then at the same time you're speaking out and sharing videos and talking about, I think you wished, I saw a post of yours recently where you actually, it would have been Hind Rajab's birthday. You're doing that at the same time. I'm just wondering how you're doing both.
You know, it's not easy, but I always think about what's going on over there, and then it becomes just something you have to do as a teacher. You care about all kids, and I think so many years of teaching, you just see them all as so similar. They all love to laugh, and they love to learn, and they love to play, like, and they deserve to play, and they have human rights, and so you see them as so similar.
You mentioned
They deserve to play. They have human rights. I'm just like, she's like, I've worked with kids for so
Wow.
long, and I'm sorry if the volume is low.
That's so sweet.
There's only so much I can do. They have human rights. Children have human rights, and they're so similar. And this is the thing, is like, we're part of the Zionist propaganda machine is telling us that actually the children of Palestinians are not similar. They're different. The Palestinian children are different. That they are taught to hate, that they are born terrorists. And if you support Israel at this point, you have to buy into the narrative that actually children are not the same. That some children are evil. That some children don't deserve to eat food. That some children don't deserve to play. That some children...
I feel like Ela Klein feels that way. I feel like, allegedly, when she nodded her head, I mean, to when Rudy Giuliani said, all Palestinian kids grow up to be Hamas at the H Street video, and she was like, I mean, where's that clip at? Where's that clip at? Give me that clip. I might have to dig even deeper than this to find that clip. No, it's 4 years ago. It's more recent than that. I gotta find it. But like, oh, it's a crazy clip of Ela basically saying like, yeah. She's like, I mean,
should be killed. That is where we're at. We've always been there, mind you. We've always been there. But we are crucially at that point now. And Miss Rachel's been speaking out a lot. This is not the first time. It's been progressive. She's ramped up. Unlike a lot of folks, maybe they spoke out initially, now they're saying less. Maybe they felt like they did something, and they raised some money. No. Miss Rachel started a little bit. Biden, the Democrats lost the election. She kept going. She's still going. She's doing more. Again, it's just like, when you see this through the eyes of someone who is a deep empath, who is a professional empath, it all becomes really, really simple.
bro, she needs to run for president. She needs to run for president. Please, Miss Rachel, save us.
One of the most shocking stories of the last 18 months. But you haven't just posted about Hind Rajab. I believe you've been in contact with her mom.
Her mom messaged me. It's
Wow, man, her mom.
The youngest victim that I've seen has been days old.
Shut the fuck up. Her mom messaged her.
Contact with her mom.
Her mom messaged me. It's crazy that with Instagram, people can message you, and so
I think that's how we first connected.
yes, and I was delighted.
Oh my God, she's so sweet. I think that's how we connected. Yes, and I was delighted. Can you think of a sweeter person?
Crazy how on Instagram you can connect with moms, and actually little kids message me too. And I had one recently who lost her parents and siblings. She just has grandma.
Where?
Gaza.
In Gaza.
And she sent me a voice memo, and she's like, Miss Rachel, can you stay with me? I don't have my family.
Oh my
And
fucking god.
I voice messaged back like, I'm here, of course.
Oh my
thanks for reaching
God.
out. And
You shared some pictures on your Instagram of meeting.
Dude,
What
dude,
the
she's
fuck?
receiving voice memos from kids in Gaza.
Dude.
Like, can you imagine?
That would fucking kill me. I would probably, bro, if I hurt, I would cry. I would just be so depressed. Hearing all the kids, bro. Oh my God, can you imagine what she's going through? She's so strong. Holy shit, I can barely take this. I can barely take seeing what's going on to kids.
Can you imagine? And like, yes, I mean, I'm like, I feel for the kids in Gaza. It's a lot for her to take on. I mean, she is a fucking angel. She's an angel.
With a little girl from Gaza who came to see you.
yes, Rahaf.
Rahaf, tell us about Rahaf.
Rahaf, I wish everyone in the world could meet her. She's so delightful. I gave her some gifts, and I gave her like a box of rings, and right away she put one on me and everybody who was around. She was like, okay, here's one for me, now I'm gonna give one to everybody. She has the best laugh. You know when your children laugh, and their laugh is so cute, and she was squealing.
Shit.
And so like we all started laughing because she was just so cute. And she falls a lot. She has 2 prosthetics.
Wow.
And she falls a lot. And I asked her host family and her mom through a
God.
translator, you know, do you guys kind of spot?
God damn, bro. She has 2 prosthetic legs. She falls a lot. Holy shit. Oh, this is so sad.
2 prosthetics. And she falls a lot. And I asked her host family and her mom through a translator, you know, do you guys kind of spot her, or do you just let her fall? Because I know kids love to be independent. We all know kids are like, I want to do it myself, all by myself. Like every kid says that. So they're like, no.
My favorite part about this interview is that little part where she's like, all kids say I want to do it myself, because I always tell everyone like, oh, my daughter's so independent. She always says, I want to do it myself. I want to do it myself. But the fact that like Miss Rachel's like, no, all kids do that. I'm like, oh man, she not special.
Dang, me and Francesca, we're wearing red. We got the red drip. Got the red drip on.
But she's saying she met with this double amputee, Rahaf, and that, oh my God, that like that she, you know, she met her. She gave her love, she gave her presents.
Just let her run around and you don't have to spot her or anything. So she would fall like on her face, and then she'd just pop up and want to hop like a bunny.
Aww.
And she was just so precious, and she was a vivid example of how when children have what they need, medical care, healthy food, support, they're going to thrive, and they're so resilient. And then somebody asked her mom what she wanted to say to me, and her mom talked a lot about her mental health improving with the show. And
if you want an incredibly efficient way to cool
No.
Angie Journal all summer and winter long, then you're going to want to take...
Then I was shown pictures and videos of her in Gaza, you know, on a hospital floor, and then her just kind of staring into space, looking down, and you can see the effect on her physical and mental health.
Damn.
And so you see, okay, we know what's not right for children, and now we see what is, and we can see it through images and video of her. And I told her mom, like, she's so bright and she's just gonna do great. Like, she's just, you know, she's so worried about her. And the difficult thing is we're so joyful and hopping like bunnies and laughing so hard. And then Isra, her mom, grabs her phone and has her little boys on FaceTime. And her boys are adorable. I think they're around age 7 and 9. And they're in Gaza. And here I am, like, thinking, like, trying to be sweet and talk to her boys in, like, the Miss Rachel voice. But I'm also like, what if my son was over there and my husband, and then I'm here with my little girl losing her legs?
Fuck, dude. She's so empathetic. She can put herself in the place of another person. She can put herself in the mindset in what someone else is going through. That's so tough.
Husband, and then I'm here with my little girl losing her legs. And then I'm thinking about the boys, and I was asking if there's any way they can come here. And this wonderful woman was saying, because I was asking kind of her to, she was translating, and I said, is there any way for them to come here? And she was saying no. And she was saying
Wow.
they don't eat anymore on FaceTime
Oh my God.
with them. Sorry.
No, it's a horrific situation.
I will never forgive Mehdi Hassan for making Miss Rachel cry. God damn it. I will never forgive you.
Where the controversy is coming from. What you're doing is just so human.
It's sad that people try to make it controversial when you speak out for children that are facing immeasurable suffering. The largest cohort of child amputees in modern history. That acronym for a child who has no surviving relatives. And I think it should be controversial to not say anything.
Hey.
I'm going to leave it there. I think it should be controversial to not say anything. Oh, oh, girl. She just, that's the nugget I wanted. That's just so brilliant and beautiful. It absolutely is controversial and should be controversial to not say anything. Here she is 2 days ago posting on Instagram. It's not a crime to say the children of Gaza should have food and medical care. It's a crime to keep it from them. Mind you, Miss Rachel has never said Israel. She doesn't. She also later in this interview, she cries thinking about the Israeli children who were killed on October 7th. This is not, she's also so sweet. She's like at the end, she's like, sorry, I cried like 18 times. So sweet. But this is the closest as she gets. She's not saying like stop Israeli war crimes. She's saying it's a crime to keep the aid from them. And it's not Israeli war crimes. It's American war crimes.
Yeah.
All right?
Yep.
It's on us. It's on this government.
It's America. America can do it. America is literally
just to, like,
supporting all of this. They can't do all of this without our weapons, our ammunition.
Sort of peruse, you see what she is saying. She's reposting these videos from Zateo. The fact that she even did this interview. Here she is talking about a doll that she got for Rahaf.
This is her, and she has prosthetics.
So when a client comes to us with an ask to launch an influencer marketing campaign, the process is pretty streamlined. So
Like Rahaf, and I found this outfit that she can put on her. I hope she likes her.
That's so
Meeting
sweet.
Rahaf has changed my life forever. And
That is so fucking adorable, bro. That's so sweet. She got her little doll just like her. Just like Rahaf.
and I just love and adore her. Thank you for giving me this platform. I will always use it to stand up for kids.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is a person who, even I don't like kids that much, and I have a kid. Even I don't like kids that much. She is so genuine. She is so pure. She is so.
I have a kid. I love him. You know. I try to I baby him. I change diapers. I do all that dads have to do sometimes. I love kids. I get frustrated though. I'm not a good teacher. I can't be a teacher like Miss Rachel. I get frustrated teaching people stuff that to me looks easy, but to someone else, like an elderly person, like computer stuff, I get frustrated trying to teach my mom shit on the computer, like how to cancel shit on Amazon. I help her though. But I get frustrated.
Honest. She is so real. She is so empathetic. She uses her platform and the money she's gotten and to speak out for the people, as she says this, in emergency situations. When there are children in emergency situations, we give them we give them care and attention because they are in emergency situations.
Yeah.
I mean, even the way that it literally, quite literally, to break through to the mind of a like propagandized Zionist, you have to speak like a children's entertainer. You have to speak slowly and explicitly. This is about protecting children who are in emergency situations. Can you understand that what's happening in Gaza right now is an emergency situation? Wouldn't you want, if you were in an emergency situation, to also have food and medicine and water? I mean, this is the only thing that gets through to people, and it even hasn't to like the most committed psychopaths.
Yep.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week.
Support Franny, guys. She's great. She's a comedian. She's also very intelligent. And support her husband, Matt Lieb. He's awesome. He's a good guy. All right, let's watch this. The Rational National posted a video called NHL Suspends Executive After 51st State and Israel Comment. Okay. Bam. Let's do it.
The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers are battling it out in round 2 of the NHL playoffs. One of the owners of the Florida Panthers has been suspended from the league and from his own team for comments he made on Twitter. So I'm going to break down this story. I'll get to his comments shortly here, but I'm also going to get to what I find so interesting about this story. So first, here is this interaction that Doug Sifu had with a Leafs fan. Now, this exchange occurred after Game 4, after the Panthers tied up the series. The series is now at 3-3, and they're going into game, as of recording this, they're going into Game 7 on Sunday tomorrow. But here is this interaction. So Dr. Grizzo, who some people have called a shit poster, meaning he's a Leafs fan, talks some shit on Twitter, but from what I've read, really enjoys himself, has some great tweets. But he tweets this out at Doug Sifu saying, "Hey, what's worse, using headshots to win a series or using starvation as a weapon to win a war?" Now, in case you don't know, the headshots are referring to the fact that the Florida Panthers appear to love elbowing players in the head. But Doug Sifu replies to this, saying, "Actually, being a whiny dope anti-Semite is clearly worse, loser. Not really sure where anti-Semite came from. Criticizing a government does not make you an anti-Semite."
Oh my God, here comes the conflation again. I talked about this a few videos ago about Ethan Klein and Sam Cedar and Hassan and Ethan Klein. He keeps conflating anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, which is not. The government of Israel is a Zionist government. They are a right-wing government. They are doing war crimes. They are doing bad stuff. That doesn't mean they're Jewish. They're not all Jewish. Criticizing the government does not mean you hate all Jews. This is stupid. The guy just said that using starvation as a weapon to win a war, like what's Jewish about that? A government is doing that. Israel's government. Fucking hell. Stop conflating all that, guys. Stop it!
The clear starvation and war crimes being committed by the Israeli government doesn't make you an anti-Semite. And I think
no, it doesn't.
As more people have seen what's been
Jesus
going on
Christ.
in Gaza, the idea that you can be an anti-Semite because you're criticizing a war crime or various war crimes is clearly ridiculous. But Dr. Grizzo responds to that, saying, "Not approving of using starvation as a weapon makes me a bigot. Got it. Get some sleep, man. Market opens early tomorrow. Best of luck front-running Robinhood traders, you MAGA. You can read the rest. I'm on YouTube, and, you know, there's a terms of service. But Doug Seafer replies to that, saying, eat shit, 51st state anti-Semite loser. Israel now and forever, until ever, I assume he means every, last Hamas rat is eliminated. Because that's what Israel's doing. The vast majority of people killed in Gaza are civilians, most of those women and children. But 51st state, I tend to think, look, we'll get to the NHL's reaction. I would love to think that it's because, or at least partly because, he is defending the genocidal actions of Israel. But I tend to think the response from the NHL has more to do with him saying 51st state.
51st state, Canada.
Because we are talking about hockey.
Oh, shit. You fucked up. You ain't talking about Israel. You talking about hockey.
Janet!
You fucked up. You ain't talking about Israel. You're talking about hockey, bro. You about to eat shit.
Why would you, as a co-owner of a hockey team, propagate the 51st state garbage? Are you stupid? And the answer is yes. But on top of that, there are Canadian players on his team. I have such a hard time understanding how people like this are able to find success in life. That
Damn.
They are able to maintain some sort of professionalism in their daily lives to focus themselves in a way that they can actually succeed in life. Yet on Twitter, they're these people. Like, I don't know. It's very easy for me not to lose my shit on Twitter. I just close the phone, but others have a really hard time. Anyways, so it's worth mentioning before I get to the NHL's reaction and some other stuff here, that so Steve has held an ownership stake in the Panthers since buying the team with Vincent Viola in 2013. His name is engraved on the Stanley Cup. This clown's name is on the Stanley Cup.
Oh my God.
He has money. I get coaches, I get GMs, you know, they're heavily involved in the team. Why do owners have to be on the Stanley Cup? To me, that's a little ridiculous. But here we are. This man's name is on the Stanley Cup. They should just re-engrave it and put clown over top of his name. But in terms of just the reality of what's going on, why, or in terms of what was mentioned there, kids are being starved in Gaza. And not just kids, you know, civilians generally are being starved in Gaza. And this has gone on for over a year, but there has been a blockade for the past 2+ months by the Israeli government where essentially no food, no aid is getting in while they are bombarding the Gaza Strip. And as the UN's World Food Program tweeted out, report the entire Gaza Strip is at risk of famine. Without immediate action, the critical lack of supplies in Gaza will push food insecurity, acute malnutrition, and mortality levels past the famine threshold within the next 5 months. So the NHL did, in fact, suspend the Panthers vice chairman over those comments, saying, quote, the NHL has concluded that Mr. Sifu's ex-posts were unacceptable and inappropriate. As a result, Mr. Sifu has been suspended indefinitely from any involvement with the club and the NHL. I am honestly a little shocked that there was a serious reaction to this. So often we see garbage coming out of the mouths of, you know, whoever it is with money. Again and again, we see a lot of that now, especially. But the NHL has been trying to sort of clean up its image in recent years and try to appeal to a broader audience, and they understand the sort of hole that they were in for decades and have been trying to get themselves out of that hole. So I think this is a great move by the NHL to respond in this way.
Mm-hmm.
And Sifu reacted.
Good job, NHL.
Or apologized, saying, "My behavior does not reflect the standards of the Florida Panthers organization and the Viola family. I sincerely apologize to all those affected by my comments. I'm committed to working with the NHL to amend my actions." I'm sure he is. Now, the reason why this story is so interesting to me is because there comments about 51st State or defending the Israeli government are ongoing on, well, Twitter especially, but we rarely ever actually see any reaction to the people that make those sorts of, be it pro-genocide or defending starvation comments. Yet, it's the opposite that we normally see. So these sorts of stories are so common. This is just a more recent one that I want to touch on here. NYU withholds diploma of graduation speaker who condemned Gaza atrocities. So I'm going to show you a part of Logan Roso's speech here.
That's such bullshit, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, this makes anti-Semitism even worse, because then when people see this and they don't know nothing, they're dumb, they don't know anything, they're like, oh, wow, Israel can control everything. They even control that you can't say anything. They even control the schools. They control, like, you see what I mean? Like, this breeds anti-Semitism when you do all this shit, like banning people and, like, stopping their speech for not, like, their speech about condemning war crimes. Like, what the fuck, dude?
He condemned genocide. Now, they're putting genocide in quotes, I assume because he said the word, not because they're saying, oh, sure, genocide. Because we're going to get to the reality, of course, yes, there is a genocide going on. But let me play for you some of his speech where he brought this up.
I've been freaking out a lot about this speech, honestly. And as I search my heart today in addressing you all, my moral and political commitments guide me to say that the only thing that is appropriate to say in this time and to a group this large is a recognition of the atrocities currently happening in Palestine. The genocide currently occurring is supported politically and militarily by the United States, is paid for by our tax dollars, and has been live streamed to our phones for the past 18 months. And that I do not wish to speak only to my own politics today, but to speak for all people of conscience, and all people who feel the moral injury of this atrocity. And I want to say that I condemn this genocide and complicity in this genocide.
Hey.
Find your part. Get set. Go. ShopGranger.com for the product you need.
So his diploma is being held over acknowledging reality. As Juniper wrote on Twitter, the most controversial statement you can make in America these days is, quote, "I think children being murdered is bad." This is, and again, one of many examples. We've seen the deportations, the attempts at deportations by the Trump administration from students who were involved in the peaceful protests on college campuses over the ongoing genocide. But it's worth noting that this is just the reality of what is going on. Amnesty International calling it a genocide. Human Rights Watch calling it a genocide. United Nations saying reasonable grounds genocide is being committed. The European Center for Constitutional and Human Rights also concluded that there is a genocide going on. And as Common Dreams writes here,
it's a fucking genocide, guys. I'm sorry. Everything points to it being a fucking genocide. Like, come on.
Even once reluctant scholars are now agree on Israel's Gaza assault. It's a genocide. Can I name someone whose work I respect who doesn't consider it a genocide? Said one researcher. No. And just to be clear, that comment is from Raz Siegel, an Israeli genocide researcher at Stockton University. So it's been just, I want to say, shocking, alarming to witness the reaction by schools, by people in positions of power to just others acknowledging basic facts. Like, you have what's one last headline worth sharing here. Netanyahu is under an ICC warrant, arrest warrant, for war crimes. The only controversial position is not acknowledging this reality. The only controversy is not condemning the countries or administrations supporting what Netanyahu is doing or supporting him and defending him when he visits. So it's refreshing to see. I know it's barely anything. it's almost likely due to the 51st State comment, but it's good to see there being some sort of repercussions for people who are willing
to people who act like sociopaths online,
to simply continue defending what's been going on.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Well, that was the last video I was going to cover for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys so much. Take it easy out there. Pincha la migra. Fuck immigration. Fuck ICE. Fuck the Gestapo. Fuck all this fascist shit. I don't fuck with fascism. If you're a fascist, go fuck yourself. If you're a Nazi, go fuck yourself. I don't fuck with you guys. Protect your trans neighbor. Protect your gay neighbors. Protect your minority neighbors. Protect each other. Love you guys. Bye-bye.